Hey everyone, and welcome to the penultimate place to get your Hollywood news and TV and movie reviews. It's been a while since I've said this. This is episode 74 of the Cross Media Show, and today's topic is our review of Peacemaker Season 2. If you're listening to this on your favorite podcast service, feel free to give us a good rating on that platform. It helps us with the algorithms and helps us grow our audience. If you're watching this on Twitch and have Amazon Prime, you have Prime Gaming or Prime. You have Twitch Prime because they moved back from Prime Gaming. You have Twitch Prime, so we would love it if you use your free Prime sub on us. If you're watching this on YouTube, consider dropping a like and a sub, and please do not forget to hit that bell to get notifications for when we go live with all of our shows, like the Marvel Mondays Initiative, the Cross Media Show, which is this show, the Penultimate Game Show, and Anime Nation. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Ruben, the director of this channel, and today I am joined by our indie correspondent, Griffin. Griffin, how are we doing today?
Good. How is everybody going?
We're hanging in there. It's been a wild couple weeks, but we're hanging in there. And John, our JRPG correspondent, how are we doing today, John?
I would like to formally announce I am taking a hiatus from JRPGs. I have played nothing but turn-based RPGs for the last 4 games. Expedition 33 was amazing, but now I'm playing action games. I'm just like pushing a lot of buttons again.
Okay. All right. Well, good. It's time that you take a break. 4 games, Jesus, that's a lot of.
Yeah, it was like Persona, and then Metaphor, and then Expedition. I think I threw in if you include all JRPGs, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth was at the beginning of this huge thing. They just all came out back to back, and they're so long that by the time I finished one, the next one came out. So I'm like, no, I'm not touching Tactics yet. I'm going to get into Final Fantasy Tactics at some point, but I need a little break.
Wait.
So I'm like right on the edge of getting into Final Fantasy Tactics. It's sitting there waiting for me.
I need you guys to clarify something for me. Rebirth came out last year, right?
Yes.
Okay.
This whole train started in February 2024.
Okay. I was just making sure.
I beat Prince of Persia, and then I went into Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and then I would go back and forth between that and Persona 3. And then by the time I finished the end of Persona 3, Metaphor was out. And then by the time I finished Metaphor, Expedition was out.
Yeah.
So in between there, I'd play like fighting games or Rivals with friends, but my like main like big game has always been a RPG of some sort.
Okay.
And I'm just like, I'm gonna take a break for that for the rest of the year. So
yeah, probably a good idea. Before we get into housekeeping, because we don't really have any housekeeping, let's talk about what we've been watching recently. John, let's start off with you. What have you been watching recently besides Peacemaker, obviously?
Yeah. Emily and I just got into Fallout. We watched like the first 2-3 episodes, so we're finally catching up on that. She's really digging it. The world, they do a good balance of like serious and humor in that show, which makes sense for the setting, how weird it is. Also been getting hardcore back into anime, so caught up on Chainsaw Man and watched the movie. That was really good. Just really cool animation. Really, it's interesting because like the Demon Slayer movie is very much like 5 episodes glued together to be a movie, where the Chainsaw Man like moves and like is paced just like a movie. So
I really wish they didn't do that.
Oh.
No, meaning in the sense of
Demon Slayer?
yeah, Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
I don't like when they combine the basically truncate the season to
Yeah. It's more noticeable there because like every so often they'll switch from the fight to like a giant like flashback sequence, and I'm like, oh, I can imagine this being an episode if you added opening and ending before this scene. So
okay. Anything else?
That's kind of it.
Okay. Griffin, how about you?
Yeah, I got 2 things I've been watching lately. The first one being Has Been Hotel Season 2 over on Amazon.
Oh no.
This season so far. It's a crazy show. Hazbin Hotel is just definitively an insane show.
Okay.
And I adore it. But we're also going into this like perfect Griffin, like back to back of TV releases. If we've got this, then we're gonna have the Mighty Nine, then we're gonna have Percy Jackson. Like it just keeps being awesome for me right now.
Okay, that's good.
The other thing I've been watching that I want to shout out is Critical Role. Critical Role just started campaign 4 for them. Whole new campaign, whole new world. I am a massive CR fan. They're going to be putting out their most recent live show soon. They have it already out on their streaming service.
Mhm.
But there's a point where one of the people watching the crowd, you can find me in that shot.
Oh, really?
Cool.
Yeah, I'm in there. I went up to your neck of the woods actually for a couple days for this specifically.
Who's neck of the woods?
Yours.
Oh,
I was in New York.
really?
Oh.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You were very, very busy at that moment. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But genuinely, like this new season, we're finally starting off to get into one of the main tables for campaign 4, and Critical Role is something I'm always going to love, and this campaign is going to be something incredibly special.
Well, that's good.
And like genuinely, I could do like a full episode on that, but I'm not going to because I will annoy everybody.
I mean, I don't know if you'd annoy everybody. I'm always interested in stopping and watching Critical Role, but I feel like one would have to start from the beginning just to like get everything, and two,
That's fair.
that the time suck.
It is very much a time suck. There's
Yeah.
nothing I can do about that.
Yeah.
I will
Oh, it's
all new
cutting out
characters,
again.
all new everything.
Okay.
So it's a very good jumping in point.
Okay.
It's also in terms of just other things that people love and whatnot.
Mhm.
Man, this season is One Piece as hell.
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
That is all I'm going to say on that. It's just very. Let's bring everybody together in a very specific way that very much reminds me of One Piece.
Oh God. Okay. Well, good. I think that's a good thing. I don't really like One Piece, but I'm sure there's a bunch of other people that do.
How far have you gotten in One Piece?
Me?
Yeah.
0. I've never watched
Okay.
it.
So granted, I when I got into it, like I was always into it, but I just kind of started reading the manga from the beginning recently, and I'm trying to kind of go through everything. And there is a point where One Piece kind of turns into a different show. And now I'm like, oh, okay, he's kind of just like setting up all the pieces first, and then like somewhere like 500 chapters in, he's like, this is what the series is about now. This is what it's always been leading into. And it like there's actual stakes and stuff compared to earlier where it just feels like 5 friends sailing around running into overlords and kind of just overthrowing them for the shits and giggles. So
For me, I just don't find pirates fun. If that makes sense.
I guess that's fair.
Yeah.
It's weird though, because like every so often they'll be like, oh, now we're in the Halloween area. So like it's just like a bunch of super guys fighting Halloween monsters, or like in another area. I know the current or the arc that anime just finished was all like sci-fi themed, so it regularly changes between a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
The arc I just finished reading is like the most piratey it's been since I started watching it or reading One Piece, and it was like the only time that like things have been actually about ships and stuff since like the boat stuff is mostly just between arcs. They're like, how do we get from this island to this island? And then once they get to the island, it's all like some like oppressive overlord, and they're like, I don't like that guy. Let's go screw him up.
I know I've related it back to Critical Role already, but One Piece is one of those most D&D campaign ass shows I've ever seen. It is. What if we just had this story? in
Yeah.
this
Yep,
one thing.
yep.
What if we had something then incredibly, totally different right after?
Yep.
Okay.
I think he's even said that sometimes he like throws in a goofy arc just to kind of like decompress after the really serious ones, which I respect.
All right. I will try my best to try it. I can't make any promises.
I know they're doing like a DBZ Kai type thing where they're reanimating it, but
Oh,
specifically
they're taking
to
out the
the
filler?
style of the manga instead of because the current anime will do things like reanimate or every time there's a flashback, they'll show an entire like 10-minute scene instead of just the relevant part, or they'll like loop certain sequences and mirror them to like make a fight seem longer. So to catch other people up for the final area, they're doing a show called The One Piece, the Suicide Squad style, but it's the same events of the show, but truncated down like Dragon Ball Kai was to
Okay.
like actually have good pacing instead of being like overly long and repetitive.
Okay. I might check that out. Yeah, One Piece is definitely the longest anime that's still airing, right?
The one with a consistent plot, I think Detective Conan is still going, but
Okay.
it's like there's like shows that are basically like The Simpsons where they just make up a
Right.
thing every episode.
Okay.
And One Piece is like straight up like you have to start from the beginning because stuff from there will come in.
Right.
Like it's all continuous. So kind of probably the oldest one still going.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
1999, I think the anime starts.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been watching a whole bunch of stuff. I've been catching up on My Hero Academia the last season. Crazy, crazy stuff. Almost cried the other day because the last episode I was watching. I watched the first episode of Welcome to Derry, and I was scared shitless, so I stopped. I'm no longer watching Welcome to Derry.
Mhm.
It did its job.
Exactly. I'm having a good time with the Chair Company. Fucking hilarious. With oh my god, what's this guy's name? Tim Robinson.
Robinson.
Yes, on HBO. It's fantastic. And I think that's it. What else have I been watching? Gen V, fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, I'm also
Yes,
caught up on Gen V.
I need to watch literally both any of Gen V at some point.
you really do because it's
It's
fantastic.
it's it's interesting because like it kind of gets implemented in The Boys, but like it's also very much its own thing and doing a lot of interesting stuff. Like it's college kids in the Boys universe, and I
Mm.
think it asks a lot of interesting questions about being like coming of age in this fucked up universe.
I've
I
seen
think
some like bits and pieces and like clips out of context, and every single one of them that I've seen is like, shoot, I need to sit down and watch this show.
you really do.
Mm.
It's so good. And I think
But like, I got Critical Role, and that's like 4 hours a week. So,
this
Yeah.
is true. And the season is like, what was it? 8 episodes.
Yeah, I think there's like 20 at the most if the first season's like 10.
No, first season and second season, 8 episodes each.
Okay, yeah, so only 16
Yeah,
hour-long episodes.
yeah.
look, my problem is like we had this conversation the other day about like me considering catching up on Chainsaw Man so I could go see the movie. Sat down fully intending to do that,
And somehow
and
Critical
then didn't
Role.
watch a single episode.
Oh man.
So like, it's hard to get me to actually sit down and watch shows.
Okay,
Mhm.
Some shows,
fair enough. Fair enough.
unless I don't really have that buy-in.
I've also watched the most recent season of Doctor Stone. Continues to fucking kill it.
Interesting. Oh, I've never seen Doctor Stone. I heard about it when it first came out, but then it kind of like died out after a little bit. But
I think the next season is gonna be like, holy shit, this season is crazy.
Okay.
It continues to impress me. Every time I'm like, do I really want to keep watching this show? And every time after the season ends, I'm like, fuck, yeah, I really do. With that being said, like I said, we're gonna skip housekeeping because we don't really have anything. Let's get into it. What are top level thoughts of Peacemaker season 2? Is it also the final season? I'm still not sure whether or not
Yes.
Okay, it is the final season.
Yes, Jameson has said this is the final season of Peacemaker.
What an idiot. John, what did you think of Peacemaker season 2?
My thoughts are James Gunn continues to fucking kill it. Like, I feel like this show is very much a compliment. Like, if you loved the Superman movie that came out a couple months ago, this feels like an equal but opposite compliment to that, where Superman is like, what if there was a guy who was raised really nice and he's like, you know what, I'm going to do my best to be really, really nice. And Peacemaker is, what if there was one of the worst people you can imagine and he was like, what if I stopped being that? And like, it's hard and he has to put in the work to stop being a giant piece of shit. And like, I think it does a really good job of showing like that these people are, we don't want to say it, we don't want to think about it, but like they're redeemable if they want to care about people and if they really do, because like they still have values and some of them aren't too different from what people who care about minorities care about. Like that we all want to take care of our families, we're all afraid of things that are going to come after us, and maybe you can kind of bridge that gap in certain ways. It's really impressive. I did not expect to cry 3 times watching the season, and I teared up at 3 specific scenes, and they surprise me every time they happen.
Okay. I'm interested to see which 3 times, really.
One of them might not be that big a deal, but like 2 of them, I'm just like they're going at it.
Yeah.
In the show.
There's a lot of moments of this season for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. All right. Good. Griffin, what'd you think of season 2? Final season.
Oh man, I did not know what to expect going into the season, right? Like season 1 is, for all intents and purposes, the most superhero show that you can possibly do. It's got the quippiness, it's got the humor, it's got all of the unnecessary action, and then to kind of cut out most of that for this season and give us just an incredibly specific character-driven story. I mean, hats off to them. That's what I love. I think that's my favorite type of storytelling, is when you care about the characters and want to see what happens to them, regardless of this crazy major event, because there is no major event happening to them. There's really no reason for them to get back together and fight. They just want to be together because they're friends. And you have these things like what Chris is going through in this season. Dude's the biggest idiot on the planet, but you still feel for him. And I think the way that they handle a lot of this, it just dropped the subtlety because it's not needed, is so well done. I think are we going full spoilers?
Yeah.
Okay. I think the twist that this other Earth is Nazi Earth. I don't know if it's officially Earth X.
I can check.
Okay. But I'm just going to call it Earth X.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know about y'all, but I saw that coming.
Yeah.
And the reveal is still amazing. I don't think you need to be surprised by a twist for the twist.
Oh no.
This entire show is Harker going, how the hell do you miss that? And it's just a giant mural of Hitler on the wall.
Yeah.
Like, it does beg the question. And it does such a good job of showing Chris just blindness to things that do not affect him. And like there's so much of that in this, whether it's him, Economos, Judo Master becoming a surprise stand-up for me in this show. Like, there's so much good that it does here. Not to mention even like what happens for Argus and what's happening for Rick Flag Sr. I think there's a lot of really great character threads throughout this season, and I don't think it misses on any of them.
Interesting. I think this season, yes. Sorry, the second Earth was definitely Earth X. I'm looking at the Wikipedia now. I think this season was absolutely phenomenal up until the last episode. The last episode for me was just a smorgasbord of music, combined with just things that didn't really make sense to me in some points, like Rick Flag Sr. Uh, I completely understand like his goal was to get back at Peacemaker. I was gonna say Homelander, Peacemaker, because he killed Rick Flag Jr. But to find a whole other dimension to put criminals away, I guess not criminals, but like super criminals away. I forgot the word.
Yeah, metahumans.
Metahumans. Thank you.
It's a catch-all for super beings that aren't
Yeah.
aliens, basically. So,
Dude, this means that we're going to be getting Salvation Run eventually, which is insane.
That's the perfect shot for Griffin to stop at.
God
Yes.
damn. No, this means we're going to get Salvation Run.
Yes.
Salvation Run is insane. And I'm so happy.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I just feel like this episode needed a bit, the final episode needed a bit of decompression. Like, it just felt rushed. We were also trying to do like the boat story of John and oh my god, I'm losing their names. Harcourt.
She has a first
Yes.
name. They
Amelia.
almost never say it. Amelia. Yeah.
Yes.
They say it all the time in their texts.
Yeah. Those two were trying to get the story of what happened on the boat, but then we were also trying to like go through all these dimensions and figure out which one was the perfect one. It just felt like I said, it felt a bit rushed to me, and also way too much music in that last episode. There were like maybe 10 songs. It just, like I said, it felt rushed to me, and it brought down the season. I just wish we.
This might just be me, but like I have become so numb to licensed music and James Gunn projects.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like I'm just presuming it's happening at all times now.
Yeah, but like the rest of the season didn't have that much music in it. Considering, like I said, in that last episode, it was I want to say like 95% music.
I feel
I mean,
like
it's also where most of the action is, though. Like I feel like James Gunn's MO for when he uses music is in action sequences, and there just aren't that many in this show.
Yeah. Okay.
There's like 2.
That's fair.
That I can think of.
Yeah.
I will say it's also not as bad as part of why I don't love season 2 of Arcane as much as season 1 is that they overdo the like music video bit to the point where like I started to kind of lose what was like literally plot happening and what was embellished for the purpose of a glorified music video.
Okay, I love you, but you're crazy on that one.
I missed some things that I thought were metaphor and turned out to be literal by the end of that finale. So that's all I mean. This wasn't as bad as that in terms of overusing licensed music sequences.
Like I said, I just feel like it could have been, it could have been better if it was at least 2 episodes.
I mean, the finale is definitely a let's set up the future of DCU things, right? Like it is ultimately it's the establishment of Checkmate and the establishment of Salvation. Those are the 2 important things there. And I think as for an episode that's what the goal is. I think it does a really good job of showing. Yeah, it is smash cut between 1,000 different multiverses. But the point of it is not showing them, it's showing the characters. It's showing not just Harcourt, who's already over the Argus BS, but Bordeaux and the dude who can't see eagles. I can't remember the dude's name with the bird.
I don't know his character's name, but I know it's Tim Meadows plays him.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
Looking through the list, Fleury. But it's them and Judo Master and seeing their dissolution of realizing what Argus is doing and what it is. And for what that is, I really like that. Like,
I get what you're.
And then the Checkmate coming out of that, I think it's really good. And I think my only issue here is just the fact that it leaves us on that heavy Salvation cliffhanger. Because I will agree that does feel out of tone with the rest of the show.
Yes.
but that's also what even if they had made that a post-credit scene, it would have felt this exact same way to me. Like that is the setup for whatever's next, and I'm used to that when it comes to comic projects, comic books in general. Of let's throw that major cliffhanger at the end, so you're excited for whatever the next project may be.
I hear what you're saying. I just feel like we also could have done a little more for Rick Flag Sr.
Oh, I think his story is far from done.
No, I hear what you're saying. I'm just saying we could have gotten a little more from Rick Flag Sr. Coming from like his whole. Yeah, we're looking for a place to put all these metahumans. You know what I'm saying?
I think kind of the purpose behind hiding that though is to get the Sasha Bordeaux character to switch sides because she's like not in on the goal of this operation, and then when she finds out what it is, it's like that wasn't worth all the people we lost to do it. And that's kind of why they want to make that a secret for the viewer.
Not to mention the fact that it's just highly unethical and illegal.
Right.
Like, there is no reason for him to tell people about this.
Yeah.
He is pulling this plan directly from Lex Luthor. You don't tell people that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Right. I just feel like again, I'm sorry if I keep pushing on this. I needed more of a connection with him and Lex. You know, like an introduction when we see him in this the first episode. We could have gotten like a phone call or something from Lex. You know what I'm saying? Like to make sure to show that they were in cahoots, as opposed to just that episode where we go meet Lex and we just get the guy who was busy with the portals.
I mean, we have that point, like everyone he's hanging out with, everyone, and I think this is that subtlety that James Gunn is very good at, to me at least. Where everyone he is spending time with in that final episode is Lex Luthor's crew from Superman. Not a single person in that is from Argus. They are all the bad guys from Superman. In that role and becoming part of that crew. And I think that's it doesn't beat you over the head with he's doing evil thing now.
Yeah.
It isn't directly saying it in the way that
I also
think, prefer, but I like it.
I also think part of what we're supposed to get out of that is that Rick Flag Sr. is so like focused on primarily like screwing up Chris Smith's life, and as a secondary thing, using the excuse of finding a metahuman, a way to deal with metahumans in mass enough that disappearing Peacemaker isn't going to be a huge deal, that he's not even noticing that he's basically turned his entire crew into a arm of Lex Luthor. And even if he does notice, he doesn't really care, as long as he can get his revenge on Chris Smith and have something to explain why, like, no, I didn't divert the Black Ops resources of the United States for my own personal vendetta. There's totally a legitimate reason why I did this.
Yeah. Okay. I would have to rewatch the episode again.
I do think it would have been better to get 2 episodes so we could get like a proper conclusion, because it feels like they rushed through the Chris Smith and Harcourt relationship to get to the buildup of Salvation. And I feel like making that more of an episode and then the final portion of like solving the Salvation reveal, like kind of cutting that up, shortening it a bit, might have been nice.
I also feel like we could have just, instead of focusing very heavily on the boat story between Harcourt and John, we could have not John. Is it John?
Chris.
Yeah.
Chris.
Oh well, John Cena.
Yeah. That's why I said not John.
Yeah.
Chris and Harcourt, we could have like sprinkled that in throughout the season. You know what I'm saying? Like each episode could have had little bits and pieces.
See, I'm not sure we could have. So much of this season is Harcourt not wanting to address that,
hmm
and Chris spiraling because of that. And
Yeah.
I think that is the catalyst for 90% of this show. And it came to a point where they both A, had to let that play out, and B, had to tell us what happened on that boat eventually.
Yeah.
And so it kind of forces it into, well, this is a finale moment. We have to have this happen in the finale. And I do think that it works, especially with Harcourt, like, thinking back on that moment, having those realizations, and that is why she works with Bordeaux, and that's why we get Checkmate.
hmm
I think it works. I don't think it's perfect, though.
All right.
I don't think it would work if you sprinkle it in. Like,
Yeah.
So what do I'm sure Griffin already knows what's going to happen next in the sense of the salvation story.
I read too many comics.
I was gonna say, as a person who mostly gets my comic information down the line from like cartoons and video games and then movies, I had no idea what to feel about Salvation. I was like, okay, I guess that's gonna be relevant in the next DCU project, but it is a cool concept of just throw them into another dimension and let that sort out. Just make sure they can't get out or get to Earth on purpose.
Yeah. Do we think that we will see Chris in the next Superman movie? Right? Because that comes out next year.
I don't know what that story for this next Superman movie is going to be.
I thought we were getting the Supergirl movie next.
You're right.
We're getting Supergirl next year, and then Superman 2 the year after that.
Okay.
It is a very James Gunn move to make you think this is a movie only about Supergirl and the orbit of characters involved with Supergirl comics, and then either the post-credit scene or like the very last scene of the movie is her being like, yeah, I use this door as like a trash can. There's like nothing there, so I just throw my trash there. And then she like opens up and John Cena just jumps in.
Yeah.
And she's like, what's this guy doing in my trash dimension or something like that? That feels like
I don't think we see him.
You don't.
When we look at what the Supergirl movie is going to be, especially it being based off of Woman of Tomorrow, I don't think it relates back to Salvation in any.
Okay.
I don't think there is that like easy place to put it in the reference.
Okay.
Here, the closest thing I can see is the fact that we're getting Lobo. Maybe Lobo ends up there. But like, also mind you that this movie is not going to be taking place on Earth.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And Salvation is very specifically tied to Argus.
Okay.
I could see it pop up. I think I could see it be relating in something like Lanterns.
Oh yeah.
I think it will get related back to if in season 2 of Creature Commandos.
Yeah.
There is a season 2 of Commandos happening.
I don't know if it's official, but like the way that season 1 ends, there's going to be a season 2 of Creature Commandos.
I don't really. I find it more entertaining to just kind of let these things come at me when they do. So I don't really keep a straight eye on the next 10 years of the Marvel or DC Universe movies.
That's right.
Announcements.
I think Salvation Run is a thing that we will be building up to over the course of time. Like the major players for the comic book are the Joker, Lex Luthor, and Flash's Rogues Gallery. Like,
it's Gallery.
It's the Rogues, Captain Cold, etc. Yeah. And like the book itself is actually mostly about the Rogues.
Oh, okay.
I could see them. I think I see them building it up over time. Crisis event that is their Avengers moment, right? It is let's bring everybody together for this big thing. I think that's when we introduce Salvation again, and like actually have that story.
Okay.
I think Salvation also is just a really good tool to kind of set your villains aside for the next movie.
Yeah.
And not have the Marvel issue where they kept killing their villains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good call.
I mean, not to defend Marvel, but like they don't exactly use the like top tier villains in some of those solo movies.
Sure.
I don't think people were holding their breath for Whiplash to come back in Endgame.
I know I wasn't.
Trying to think back on some of them. I'm like, how many times has Lovekeep been the villain?
That's true.
A lot of
I think-
times.
I think the big one. I think the big one was not was it Warmonger? No,
You mean the Mandarin?
Michael B. Jordan's character.
Oh,
Killmonger.
yeah,
Killmonger.
Killmonger.
Killmonger. Yeah, I think that was the big one where like, man, that could have been something if you kept him around.
Do we know if he's actually?
I think it was cool seeing that. The one that, yes. Otherwise, yes, because we see him in the spirit world.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
I think the one that always hurt me was Ultron, but it sounds like Ultron's back anyways. So
yeah, he is a robot.
Crazy. Oh man,
Mm-hmm.
I just watched like a supercut of Iron Man's like throughout the MCU, and fucking James Spader as Ultron came back. And I was like, oh man, what a waste of potential.
Hey, you never know. Vision Quest could be amazing.
Vision Quest could be amazing. I'm looking forward to Vision Quest very much so. Speaking of which, we also have to make sure that Griffin, Eric and I need to do that whole debacle of redoing our MCU list. Jesus Christ.
Look, I have my list.
Yeah.
I have my list. It's all designed out and everything because I'm doing stuff for Kingdom Compass.
Okay.
I think. Look, I fully plan to just sit in that Discord call and just make fun of you two as you make bad decisions.
Here's what I think we do. I think everybody needs to send us their top 10 list, so that way we can just make fun of everybody. You know,
I can make a top.
Actually, 10. If all of you send me your lists,
okay,
I can compile them and then we can do a proper ranking.
Because the problem I'm having is I've literally not touched the MCU since Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Okay, that's not as bad. That's not as bad as you might think.
Okay, because I'm like Secret Invasion, the Marvels.
Secret Invasion, it's already at the bottom.
Skip Secret Invasion.
You're skipping Secret Invasion. It's a waste of time. It's already the last of the list, the bottom of the list.
Daredevil.
It is the second to last on my list.
What's the last one?
Iron Man 2. I really hate that movie.
Really?
I also really hate Iron Man 2.
Iron Man 2 is just military propaganda, and it pisses me off.
It's really bad. I just mostly hate it because of Whiplash.
But it's military propaganda.
Yeah, but it's all military propaganda. But Iron Man 2 is the most blatant.
Tartakovsky. Like, I don't care about the rest of Iron Man 2. That movie ends with Iron Man and War Machine going to town on a bunch of drones, and that's a fucking cool scene.
This is true.
It's a cool scene. It does not forgive the rest of the movie.
Coolest scene involving two Iron Mans. I think I've been riding that high since Iron Man 2.
We've had cooler scenes since then.
This is true.
The entire final fight of Iron Man 3.
Yeah, no, I forgot about that. Yeah. Iron Patriot was a move too. That was pretty fun.
Yeah. Sorry to sidetrack us. I just remembered that.
Bringing it back.
Yes, bringing it back. Do we think? Let me ask you this. We know that WB is trying to sell off everything now that they merged with Discovery. They're like, maybe we should probably split this back up. Do we think that James Gunn will be staying for the foreseeable future after it gets sold?
I think it depends on who gets sold to.
Okay.
I think if the rumors are true and everything ends up under Paramount, a deal could be struck, but I don't know, man. This whole world we're in right now is
shit show.
Makes you ask a lot of questions.
Yes, very much so. Very much so.
I think it depends on what happens, what the next movie does when it comes out.
Okay.
But like, I don't think you look at the success of the Superman movie that just came out and you go, let me fuck with that. Let me mess around with that. Let me do something that might make it worse.
Right.
But
Okay.
hey, if there's anything big budget CEOs love doing, it's
It's
getting in the
making
way of
things
something
worse.
great and
Yeah.
making it worse.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I think there's also the like where we're at, right? Not to get overly political on the show,
Please do.
but there was an active dislike of Superman from currently people in power, and the people in power are the people that want that Paramount merger to go through.
Right.
So when you have stuff like that, it very much makes the question of either they're going to try to force changes. You have situations like Stephen Colbert right now,
Mhm.
or what they tried to do with Jimmy Kimmel, although that was more of a fear thing.
Yes.
Like it's just at a question mark of this where if people cave, which when it comes to these big companies, they
will.
always cave.
Yes, they do.
yeah,
They're cowards.
Will DC be able to weather that storm? And I see in best case scenario, DC gets sold off on its own thing.
Let's hope.
And I can very much see it happening.
Yeah.
DC is a moneymaker enough that, especially after Superman, that it could very much be its own thing. Or Warner Brothers could just never get bought, and who knows? Like, really, all of this is one big question mark of who are going to be the people in power in this situation and who is really going to get to make the decision.
Do we think that with the success of Superman, do we think Supergirl will be as successful? I personally would love to see Supergirl on the big screen just because not even 5 minutes, the interaction that we had with her in Superman was such a breath of fresh air. Because
I've also seen
Wait
a
for
lot
this
of
movie
like
is
non-nerdy people really excited about Supergirl, about this take on Supergirl that
Yeah.
are like not super into comics and just kind of watch movies. So I feel like that would do well if it lives up to what they showed us at the end of Superman.
Yeah, I love this casting. I adore this character. I love the story they're going to be telling. Not in a million years does this do nearly as well as Superman did.
Okay.
I adore this. There's just that contingent of comic book nerds that see a woman starring in something in his.
Oh, it's Supergirl.
Right? Like it's just a fact of where we are at.
Yeah.
And it sucks. I hate it, and I will do everything I can to fight that. But I think there's a lot of that. I think also Supergirl just doesn't have the at-home brand awareness that people have for Superman. Like Superman is one of the biggest characters in pop culture, period.
Okay.
It has been for years. A lot of people see Supergirl as his kid cousin.
Yeah.
Not to mention the fans from the CW show that are going to hate this because it is a very different character.
Oh,
It's weird that you say that because I was a fan of the CW show and I am looking very much forward to this movie.
Because I love the CW show. That's not Supergirl.
No.
Like that is Superman
but
in Supergirl's story.
Correct.
Yep.
One last thing I wanted to bring up is we can't get past this. We're talking about DC today. Batman. Do we expect to see Batman in the DCU within the next 3 years?
3 years?
Within the next 5. Let's give James Gunn 5 years.
I think 5 years.
Possibly.
I don't think so. At all.
When does the Batman 2 come out? Is that next year?
The Batman 2 is supposed to come out next year, but it's been a hell of a ride for the Batman.
I think they have a 3-year gap
2027
between the Batman. Okay.
October 1st, 2027. Sorry.
In that case, I would say that Batman, I think it's Brave and the Bold.
Yeah.
I think that comes out in 2030.
2030. Do we have any guesses as to who we think Batman will be?
I really hope it's just some nobody. I hope it's no one we've ever heard of.
I would expect it to be either some nobody or someone. No, I think James Gunn's usual cast of happy folks are like too famous at this point. I don't think we're gonna get Batista Batman. I think that would be a little weird.
Fucking Nathan Fillion's Batman now.
I think if you're
Oh.
a sicko and you go like deep into like child actors that he worked with in like before Guardians, like maybe one of those ends up being a Batman if they're surprisingly good at Batman, but I feel like it would be an unknown. I think the beautiful thing about this is that they're trying to kind of like, I don't want to say make you forget about the past cinematic universe experiment, but kind of start over with a clean slate. And I think that involves actors that you haven't seen in a bunch of things before.
Okay. I pulled up an article on IGN from Wesley Yinpol. This is from October 23rd, 2025. So just, I want to say like maybe 2 weeks ago. Andy Muschietti confirms Batman the Brave and the Bold is still happening, but he has to wait, quote, a couple of months before he can talk about it. Batman's arrival in the rebooted DCU is perhaps the most anticipated superhero reveal in James Gunn's fledgling new universe, but is shrouded in mystery even now, years after it was announced. So is it still happening? And if it is, when will we hear more? Andy Muschietti, director of 2017's It, 2019's It Chapter 2, and the best movie of all of these three, 2023's critical and commercial failure, The Flash, is down to direct Batman the Brave and the Bold for Gunn's DCU. But we've seen nothing of the movie since it was announced as part of Gunn's Gods and Monsters Chapter 1 phase of the DCU back in January 2023. Indeed, Gunn went as far as to admit earlier this year, Batman's my biggest issue in all of DC right now.
I mean, he's always going to be, regardless of how.
Yeah, I think it's very hard to balance the metahumans with a man in a bat costume.
Also, frankly, Batman fans.
Yes.
Just in general, Batman fans.
Yeah.
Batman.
They can't agree on anything.
We need it to be good. And
I think part of the issue is also that ever since The Dark Knight, Batman fans want the DC universe to be centered around Batman in tone. And like completely, we've kind of lost the plot on that. And that, like, you see this with the Justice League cartoons. The best part of the DCU is it's Superman in tone, and then when you get to the worst parts of it, or the darkest parts of it, not worse, but like, you know, the darkest parts of it, that's where Batman fits in really well. And you have that like tension between Superman being like, I can do everything, or we should try our best to do what's good for the world, and Batman being like, we must always assume the worst is possible so we can be ready for it. And Batman fans don't like it when Batman is the only guy that's doing that. They want everyone to be like centered around that, like, oh, why didn't they just drop a nuclear bomb and do dark things here?
Yeah, I think we're going to be much brighter on Batman in general. I think we're going to get a little bit more of a not quite Batman Family Adventures Batman, but definitely one that's more open to people. Because frankly, the solo IGA, except no help from anybody, it's done. We've overplayed it. We are well past that. We are in a world now where that is frankly more divisive than it needs to be.
The Bat family exists because you kind of were circling the toilet of constantly trying to make Batman stories work without the Robin characters, and they like add dimensions to him as a character.
Yes. But also,
I also think, especially with like Robin in The Brave and the Bold, is supposed to be Damian.
Yep.
Like, that means that the Bat family exists.
Yep.
It is kind of insane that in live action theatrical films, we have only ever had Dick Grayson as Robin, and only in 2 movies, and one of them was just the Adam West movie.
3 movies,
like, it's kind of crazy that like people throw around names like Jason Todd and Tim Drake, and the average person who only knows Batman from movies doesn't know who those are. You just made up words to them.
Crazy, absolutely crazy.
I think what's crazy about this though is that we're getting Clayface next year,
which is weird.
We're getting a Clayface movie before we're getting a Batman movie, and I love that.
Now it is animated, is it not? If I remember correctly.
No,
action.
Oh, what?
it is live action.
It's live action. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
it is
This
not.
and it's written by Mike Flanagan.
Oh, so you know it's gonna be great. And
It
trippy
is
and
going to be
creepy.
full body horror
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
in the greatest
that's
way.
damn.
The director on it is James Watkins, who recently released Speak No Evil
Okay.
last year. Horrifying movie.
Safran compared the film's tone to the 1986 film The Fly. This is gonna get intense.
That's insanity. Speaking of Clayface, what's going on with Batman the Cape Crusader? Amazon show.
I never watched it.
Oh, Griffin, you gotta watch it. It's really good. It's like Batman the Animated Series level good.
I mean, it is a Bruce Timm joint.
Yes. And
That's all I kind of know
goes.
about it. And like he was just straight up like, no, this is not the animated series. This is not like a revival. This is a brand new Batman show that I happen to be doing and has the art style of the animated series to a certain extent. I need to check it out. I keep forgetting that was a thing.
You really do.
So
Also, Hamish Linklater, going back to Gen V, you need to watch this. Hamish Linklater kills it as Batman. And
oh, I see.
quite honestly, I kind of think that's who should be Batman in the live action show, in the movie.
It'd be interesting.
It would be.
I think
How
for
is it?
me, when it comes to animation, I'm far more curious what's up with My Adventures of Superman.
Okay.
And even more than that, My Adventures with Green Lantern.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh, that sounds cool. Are they gonna make like a faux anime universe out of this?
It's going to be a whole universe. My Adventures with Green Lantern is going to be following Jessica Cruz.
It's really exciting.
And Jessica Cruz and Kyle Rayner, the two best Green Lanterns.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Jessica is the main character though, and she is the best Green Lantern, and I stand by that. Like, I'm very curious to see these shows. I hope we eventually get some word on this. Obviously, animation takes forever. It is shocking when things release quickly in succession for animation. Take your time, make it good, make it right.
Yeah.
Well, usually what they do is that they get screwed over and they go, it's season 1 and it's like 8 episodes, and then it turns out it was half of season 1, and season 2 comes out like 3 months later because they animated full season and called it 2 seasons.
Yeah. So it's a payment process, right? Well, people get paid by 16 episodes, but the story itself might only be 8, and it's a very weird way the animation industry works, but it's also a way of being able to give more time. I got to imagine though that in season 1 of Green Lantern have
Griffin,
been.
I'm sorry, say that one more time. You could cut out.
Oh, no worries. That actually might just be my speaking.
Okay.
We know that these two shows like have been either renewed or agreed upon, I guess, just for season 1. Like, we know that those are happening.
Yeah.
I got to imagine that it's just they were announced very early on, and they're still working on them.
Yeah, I could see that. Huh.
Animation takes forever, and it's wonderful, and you all should support it.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's I personally think the best comic book adaptations are all animated. Like, all of my favorites are the animated ones.
Yeah, agreed.
I always go back to it's so crazy. Yeah. It's so crazy how DC killed it with the animation, but like wasted potential with live action, and then Marvel in the beginning like wasted animation. And
it's
killed
funny
it with
because
live
like
action.
they were nailing it with like 90s Spider-Man and the 90s X-Men at like that was really popular, and then
Took them
as soon
forever
as
to come back with X-Men.
as soon as Spider-Man took off theatrically, they were like, all right, cartoons are for babies, not putting any effort into those. And then DC, like, they completely ignored like because growing up, I thought Jon Stewart was the Green Lantern
Yeah.
because I didn't know anything about comics. So the
Right.
first thing I ever saw with the Green Lantern in it was Jon Stewart in the Justice League, and so there would have been no backlash to like, hey, we're making a Justice League movie and we're having Jon Stewart as the Green Lantern of this movie if
Would have been
when they
great.
were doing the DCU, because like my entire generation of like people who were young teens and would have been entering their 20s in the
Yeah.
post Dark Knight era would have been down with it.
Would have been
Well, they
fantastic.
are like right. Like that's the crazy thing with Lanterns is it is John. It's also Hal. It's both of them together.
Yeah,
And that is because of that animated show,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is like insane.
Good, as it should be.
Or like Harley Quinn. Harley is one of
Mhm.
DC's most popular characters now, and that is entirely because of an animated series.
Yeah. Animated series original character.
Yeah.
I've
that
also
too.
heard that like the reason why people like Mr. Freeze as a character is because of the storyline they gave him in the animated series, and like the comics before that were nothing like that.
I
And
have.
like,
Go ahead, John.
oh, just Paul Dini added like a lot more pathos to the character rather than just like, I'm a guy with a freeze gimmick. I'm not Captain Cold. I'm Mr. Freeze. We're different.
So I don't know if this
They
is
weren't.
just a me thing or if this is I got oh my god, what's that thing called? Oh, I just blanked out on the name. Mandela effect. There you go. I always thought it was Dr. because in the animated series he was a scientist.
Yeah.
And scientists are usually get their doctorates.
No, he has a doctorate too. No,
He is Dr. Freeze.
Yes.
He is
But his villain name is
is
Mr. Freeze.
This is bullshit.
Yeah.
Because it sounds better.
No.
Yeah,
Dr. Freeze
totally
sounds better.
It sounds god awful.
I don't know what it is.
I also feel like
it's not logical. It is how the sounds work when you say them. But Mr. Freeze rolls off the tongue a little better than Dr. Freeze, and I don't know. I can't explain it.
I also feel
I'm
like
not a linguist.
they probably
but-
changed it because in my head it's still canon that it was Dr. Freeze first in the animated show. And then once they hired Arnold, they were like, okay, let's change it to Mr. Freeze. Because I can't picture Arnold Schwarzenegger
Okay,
getting.
so I just looked it up. Do you want the Wade Dover original super villain name?
Yes.
Mr. Zero.
That sounds
So
great.
he was a Mister before he was a Freeze.
Okay.
And then they called him Mr. Freeze, and then they revealed his full name is Victor Freeze, and he's a doctor. Oh yeah, Victor Freeze is a Batman animated series thing. So, but I think he's always been like a evil scientist guy. But like, yeah, his super villain name has always been a Mister thing, and I think the Mr. Zero is like absolute zero is like the coldest point.
I'm gonna be real honest with you. Mr. Zero sounds better.
Okay. I don't know if I don't really care enough to argue with you, but
Okay.
I just want to say
You're wrong.
he's not
I'm
Mr.
wrong.
He's not a Dr. Freeze.
Mr. Zero does not sound better than Mr. Freeze.
Dr. Zero.
Dr. Zero does not sound better than
No,
Mr.
it
Freeze
doesn't
either.
sound better. It
I
doesn't sound
like
better.
Dr. Zero better than Mr. Freeze. But he's always been Mr. Freeze in the animated series.
Okay.
He's always been.
Can I bring up another future series that might be of interest with this episode?
Yes, go ahead.
We're getting a Waller series.
Is it live action or animated?
Live action.
I don't know if
Is
I
she
need
gonna
a
do, like-
Waller series.
I don't need one, but I need fuck, I can't remember the actress's name. I know I've said it. She's really famous and really good actress.
And what has she done?
For Waller, Amanda Waller's actress.
Oh, oh man. I know who you're talking about.
I know the name, and I'm letting y'all hang yourselves on this.
Oh,
I feel
Viola
dumb.
Davis.
Viola
There
Davis.
you go.
I need Viola Davis to do the little dance she did in the Amanda Waller does in the Suicide Squad anime ending. Like she does like a goofy little like Peacemaker dance, and I need Viola Davis to do that in real life.
I feel like we've been heavily Rick Flag and Amanda Waller have been heavily, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for, have been too heavily invested in, and I don't
Well,
think
I
we
think
need
the
to.
difference is Rick Flag is Potential Man at this point. I'm not sure if you guys are aware of the Potential Man meme, but it's like when work is constantly building up a guy to the point where like, okay, let's see him do something rather than just be a threat that hasn't done something consistent yet. Amanda Waller is just an excuse to have more Viola Davis being a extremely powerful black woman in covert ops. Like she acts the fuck out of Amanda
She does.
Waller,
She
and the
really
problem
does.
is like when she's
It's too
doing her
much
thing, it's
sometimes.
so compelling.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
also
If
think it could be like an
character-
interesting story of like
Of course, it cuts out right when
getting
Yeah.
outed
Say that one
every single time. Every single time.
Every single time.
Story of, and then I'm
No,
like,
I think it could be an interesting story. Like, right, she's outed and essentially taken out, and how she builds back her power. I am personally of the opinion. I don't think that. God, why can I never remember names? I don't think that Rick Flag Sr. is going to do anything. I think Amanda Waller's going to take the power back and then do something crazy.
Okay.
And I could very much see like that being that. It could be our ties back to Sanctuary. We know
I see the ties back to Sanctuary.
We know Steve Agee is going to be in that series, so we know that John Economos will be back in that. It could really be a lot of different things, and I think for what this show is and playing to the more covert ops, you could do something of it's her versus Checkmate. Like there's a lot you can do there because I think the covert ops side of the DCU is interesting, and like clearly we like that. If you look over on the Marvel side, people never shut up about how much they love the Winter Soldier. Like
I don't get it, but I know you're not wrong.
I don't get it either.
You guys don't get it?
No, I get it. I just don't love it as much as you
robot arm. I don't get much more than that. The spy stuff of the MCU has always been my least favorite aspect of it. I just want to see guys with cool powers fight, and I guess a robot arm man can be there.
Anything that happened in the Winter Soldier, I think, has been done better in other products. The fight scenes are dope, though. I will give you that. The fight scenes are
okay.
very dope.
All right. Thank you.
I'm like, I liked Winter Soldier, but like, no, it's like when you go to a Chinese buffet and you're like, the mozzarella sticks are surprisingly pretty good here, but like you came here for Chinese food. Like, that's how I feel about all the spy stuff.
Yes.
What?
It's like, the pizza isn't that bad, and you're like, yeah, the pizza wasn't that bad, but I want to see a giant red Hulk fight a Hulk or a different superpowered guy, or like
I can make him even more upset if you want me to.
I'm gonna be real honest with you. I feel attacked right now.
I don't think the Winter Soldier is even a top 10 Marvel movie.
I can't keep the top 10 in my head, but I know
I had to bring my list up.
My hot take is that the top 5. I think I have all 3 Guardians of the Galaxies in my top 5.
Top 5?
Top 5? I don't have any
top
Guardians.
10. I love the Guardians. They're my favorite solo movies of the series.
I have 2
and 3,
one in
my top 10.
The entire time I was watching Avengers Infinity War, I was like, where are the Guardians? Where are the Guardians? And then when it says nowhere in this outer space, I was like, fucking let's get the Guardians, baby.
That's
in my overall ranking for the MCU,
the
I will
GCU,
spoil
the Guardians of the Galaxy cinematic universe.
I will spoil this for our inevitable Marvel re-rank, just so I can also watch Ruben squirm some more. I have Captain America: The Winter Soldier at 14.
Okay, that's not bad.
And honestly, I can see it dropping to 15, looking at my list right now.
Okay, you made it seem like you were dropping it to 50.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. 15,
Oh my god, every time.
15 I'm considering putting above it right now, and 15 is the Marvels.
Okay. It wasn't that bad of
I think the Marvels has significantly better action than the Winter Soldier.
You're crazy.
And it's not and it is not even close.
I'm only doubting because like every Marvel movie after like I want to say Ant-Man 2, maybe Ant-Man 1 turns into like a CGI fest that has like very little choreography.
So the fight
And I
choreography for the Marvels, they essentially said, "What if we took fight choreography from video games and put it into a movie?" And
you
it works.
telling me they're doing like fucking aerial
Yes.
juggles like a Devil May Cry,
Yes.
like Bayonetta afterburner kicks.
I'm of the opinion of this is. I hate like the new power set they've given Kamala
Oh
in
yeah,
the MCU. God, they use it so well though in this movie.
It's really good. That's really
I
good.
gotta watch. I gotta catch up, and by catch up I mean watch Miss Marvel and then watch the Marvels and then watch.
Again, you're not that far behind, John. You can catch up. We have
Yeah.
Yeah,
time.
watch that. Watch Fantastic Four.
Watch Fantastic Four.
Watch
Don't
the
watch
movies
Secret
and the
Invasion.
TV shows people actually talk about.
Do not watch Secret Invasion. Right?
I
Watch
was
Daredevil.
going to watch
Daredevil was good.
Secret Invasion. What
Daredevil was very good.
Daredevil? The thing is, I only saw season 1 of Netflix Daredevil when it first came
You're
out. I
fine.
was like, that's great. And
You'll be
then
fine.
they made more seasons, and I
New
forgot
story.
to watch them.
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as you know the character, as long as you know like Daredevil, Foggy, Karen,
Daredevil, his lawyer
Kingpin.
friends, his nurse girlfriend, not girlfriend.
Yeah, you can throw out the nurse
And
girlfriend, and that's about it.
oh dang it!
This is Matt. That dude has like a different girlfriend every season of a thing.
Okay. I just
Matt
like
is the biggest
the
horror in
boys
Marvel,
last
and
night,
I love him for it.
so.
Okay. With that being said, do you have anything else to contribute to DCU before we head out?
I'm so excited for more DCU. I literally will take anything at this point. Give us more.
Okay.
Lanterns next year! Yay!
Okay. I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
I just I'm here for James Gunn's Wild Ride. You know, everything I've watched since Guardians of the Galaxy has been like a top tier movie. So like, just let him do whatever he wants. Just let him do whatever he wants. Like if he shows up and he's like, "Yeah, I found this comic book I never heard of, and it's my favorite thing ever. I want to make a 7-movie series about this guy in the middle." Let him do that. He knows what he's doing. I've been every so often when Superman came out, I saw like a whole bunch of his press junkets, and I think the funniest part is someone would ask him like some really in depth comic book lore, and he'd be like, I don't care." I really respect a guy who's just like, "It's a movie, it's not important."
Yeah.
Or I didn't do the glasses, or I'm joking about the glasses. It's not real. I was just a joke.
My
Like
favorite
I
part of
respect that.
my favorite part of the press junket that he did, if I remember correctly, this was part of it, where he's just like, "Yeah, I just made up the Infinity Stones in like 5 minutes."
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, fantastic.
yeah.
The story behind them, great.
Do you guys want to hear the scenes? From
Yeah. Oh yeah, I want to know which ones those were.
Okay, so the really obvious one is when Chris Smith first goes into is like, I'm permanently running away to the other universe,
Mhm.
and he leaves a message for them and he finds out, and then Vigilante is like crying, bawling his eyes out. Like
Yeah.
it is like the ugliest, saddest, most desperate cry I've ever seen in a movie.
Mhm.
And he's just sad because his best friend is gone and like he might never see him again.
Yeah.
Like that is I really appreciate how hard they went with that. The second one is also pretty obvious, which is when they finally do get to him and just have like a heartfelt friend conversation about how like, yeah, you fucked up, but you're clearly working on it. You're clearly getting better. You're not at 100%, but like we want you back and we will be there for you. And I'm tearing up talking about it, but just like it is so cool to see like a bunch of people express how much they care for someone.
Yeah.
Especially when it's, you know, a big strong dude who's like not hurting in like the majority of life in terms of like money or social standing. He just wants to believe that he can make his life better and he can stop hurting people.
Yeah.
And then the third time, I didn't expect it. It's when Eagly, Economos is cleaning Eagly's claws, and
Yeah.
then Eagly just hugs him, and then he starts crying because it's one of the only times he like gets positive reinforcement in the show.
Mhm.
and like he can't.
It's also like wonderfully brings it back to that moment in season 1, and it's like there's no way they equal hugged you.
Yeah.
So I just think it's really cool that he gets like a scene where like he's not sarcastic, he's not quippy, he's just like getting a little. It's the scene where it's the opposite version of the scene where in Guardians where Drax pets Rocket Raccoon.
Yeah.
Like it's the opposite end of that, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay.
So, like I said,
I want to shout out one more scene that like kind of made me definitely get emotional, but it was them partying on the rooftop.
Yeah.
Like I think it was so great to see their friendship in this
Yeah.
show. Even when like Economos has to go back to Argus after all of this. Like it's so wonderful to see such a high profile show being like, nah man, rely on your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the other thing. People don't want to say it out loud, but everything James Gunn makes is secretly anime. It is about the power of friendship and overcoming like great oppression through like teaming up and like learning to rely on each other. Like that's why he does as a silly dance at the beginning of both seasons of Peacemaker. They're that silly little anime girl dance, but with actual paid live action actors.
Yeah.
Like it's basically the Chica dance from the Love is Beyond Love and War. I forgot what that anime's called.
Okay. What a great way to end the show. With that being said, anything we want to say, one last thing, if anybody want to say one last thing before we close out the show? Anybody? John, just make sure you don't watch Secret Invasion, okay? I can't stress this
I'm
enough.
not gonna watch Secret Invasion.
I want you to just think about it and erase it from your memory. It doesn't exist.
Well, once I
Also,
found
you need to
out
watch
AI, the opening was AI, and then I watched the opening on YouTube because that's not like an official thing, and I was like, oh yeah, that looks like ass.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't need to watch this. So
shockingly, the AI intro, one of the least offensive things in that show to just artistry.
Yeah. It's
I think the only weird one I'm interested in is What If, because there's like 3 or 4 weird skins in Marvel Rivals based on What If episodes apparently. So I would like to see.
I would also recommend Agatha All Along. That show was amazing.
I have to watch that because Emily saw WandaVision. That's like one of the few shows my girlfriend has seen of the MCU, and she's like, "Wait, they made a whole show about her. I got to see it." So
yeah,
I'll watch it.
And then also, I really loved it. Ironheart was really dope.
Okay. Surprisingly, a really good show.
See, I love iron suits as a concept. So, and I was like kind of annoyed in Black Panther that Ironheart was a glorified MacGuffin. So like,
yeah,
an actual character arc for her, and she's an iron robot with a heart on it. Again, very anime mecha suit, but it has a heart because it's the girl using it.
Yep,
it's kind of anime.
Yeah,
look, it's crazy, but like genuinely, like with the exception of Secret Invasion, the shows go really hard.
Yes.
Okay.
The shows are actually great.
Yes. Okay. Having watched all of them, I'm currently watching Eyes of Wakanda now, and I'm
right. That is
kicking myself because I waited this long to watch it.
All right.
4 episodes.
I'll watch everything except Secret.
Look, I review all this stuff, so I watch things immediately.
Yeah, same here.
I'm about to go watch Predator Badlands.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right. Let's close out the show. Griffin, where can people find you?
Yeah, you can find me over on Kingdom Compass, where we talk about the goods and bads and all things Disney. That's right, we rebranded. Check us out there. Where
I'm sorry,
go
ahead, Griffin. I'm sorry.
We have Kingdom Compass podcast, which is just kind of general Disney, as well as our TV, Kingdom Compass TV, where we talk about shows where we are currently going through very slowly because we're terrible at recording. Win or lose, we will be switching gears towards Percy Jackson when that starts releasing.
Okay.
Yeah, check it out. YouTube, podcast services, all that jazz.
Okay. I made that face because I realized I didn't change the name badges. I thought I did in the beginning.
No,
I didn't change it. I didn't change it until now. I am sorry about that.
Also follow me on TikTok at Griffy Dust for adventure Listen to video while we were chatting here today because I realized I forgot to post that this morning.
Okay, John, where can people find you?
You can see my ramblings on Noisy Shark at bsky.social on BS. That's Blue Sky Tim. I've been watching a lot of kind of funny stuff, and
Thank you.
that joke keeps going. And
We're gonna keep on bringing it back because it's great.
He'll never be allowed to forget it.
No.
Sometimes people aren't posting on Blue Sky, and I remember Twitter exists, and sometimes I accidentally post on Twitter once in a while. So that's also at Noisy Shark on Twitter. But don't go there. It's a hell site. But
Yeah.
I grew up on 4chan, so sometimes I need a little hell in my life to feel something. I grew out of it.
No, it's just I wasn't expecting you to mention 4chan. It was just a funny thing.
No.
Okay, all right. You can find me here later tonight with, I think Ryan's joining me. We're playing some Arc Raiders tonight. We're getting back in the zone. All right. Yeah, I'll see you then. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. I really appreciate it. The next show that we will be talking about, I can't tell if we're doing an Xbox show or if we're doing Gen V. I guess we'll save Gen V for a little later. And we'll probably talk about Xbox next week, if possible. Yeah, probably next week. All right. With that being said, thank you once again for joining me. I will see you later. Have a good one.
Bye.